This is my MacBook desk setup and it's all wireless thanks to this USB-C hub, or should I say wireless HDMI device. I tried my best to keep almost everything wireless, so I have a wireless mouse and a USB-C hub that not only acts as a hub for external devices but also doubles as a wireless HDMI transmitter. This lets me connect to a monitor wirelessly and use it as my secondary or external display for my MacBook Pro. The monitor I'm using is the first generation Samsung Odyssey G9, a 49-inch ultra-wide curved monitor with 5120 by 1440p resolution and up to 240Hz refresh rate. It's totally overkill for my MacBook setup, however, it's great as both a gaming and productivity monitor. For my mouse, I have the Daru A950. I've been using this one since 2023, so it's nearing 2 years old in a couple of months, and dare I say, it still works as well as day one. It's running on a 930 mAh battery and supports dongle mode and one more device via Bluetooth. It only weighs 88 grams, so it's relatively lightweight compared to today's standard. It has up to 12,000 DPI support and up to 1000 Hz polling rate. However, the main highlight of this mouse is its magnetic charging dock. The dock connects to a USB port of a desktop or laptop, but at the same time, it provides you with a USB slot to keep the range between the dongle and the mouse as close as possible to keep the latency to a minimum. And when you don't need the mouse, just let the magnets do the work for you and you'll have a 100% battery the next day. My main work device is the MacBook Pro M1. It has 16GB of RAM and 512GB storage. Yes, it's a bit old, but it's still a great MacBook in terms of performance and battery life, especially compared to other Windows laptops. While I've tried several wired setups to add an external monitor for my MacBook, this is the first time I've used a wireless receiver for a desk setup. So this is the Tobenone 6-in-1 wireless transmitter and receiver. As of this video, the device is still on Kickstarter. I'm not sure how much it'll cost once it launches, but if you want more information, links are in the description as always. The device comes in two parts: the receiver that connects to the monitor or TV, and the transmitter that connects to your laptop or phone. Thanks to the built-in 5G Wi-Fi modem, you can wirelessly extend your device at 1080p at 60 frames. This is useful if you want to do a presentation, watch a video, or a secondary display for productivity. It's a plug-and-play type, so you don't have to install anything to make it work. However, the other thing that separates this device is that with the press of a button, you can switch between wireless mode and wired mode. If you want uncompressed quality of up to 4K 60Hz, you can do so by plugging in an HDMI cable to the transmitter and pressing the button until you see a green color indicating you're in wired mode. If it's white, that means you're in wireless mode. That's not all though. As I've mentioned, this is also a USB hub. Tobenone also added two USB-C 3.0 ports and a USB-A 3.0 for external devices. There's also another USB-C port with power delivery of up to 100 watts, so you can charge your device without using another port. Utility-wise, I think this device is one of the best right now. What about latency and quality when in wireless mode? It's expectedly okay. This means that even when you have the transmitter and receiver side by side, there's like 80% compression in detail quality and you won't always get that consistent 60 or 30 FPS playback. However, that's not to say it's bad already. As a secondary monitor for productivity, there is noticeable but acceptable latency that's okay for browsing the web or typing a script, but not really for very fast and active sessions like editing on a video timeline. As far as video streaming goes, it's also passable. But hey, there's no delay in dialogue. At worst, you will notice some skip frames that may appear jittery in some scenes, but so long as there's a clear path between the receiver and transmitter, those are almost non-existent. Just make sure nothing is blocking the two, because even as thick as this desk table can make a noticeable difference. I've seen on their Kickstarter page that you can stream your game with a Steam Deck. Although I don't have a Steam Deck, I do have a Nintendo Switch. I will say that latency isn't going to be an issue with the right games. If it's games requiring speedy input from the user, like racing games or fighting games, I wouldn't recommend this setup. Oh, also, the transmitter still works even if you have the MacBook lid closed while it's charging. Again, links are in the description if you're interested in this device. But that's it for this one. Drop a sub or like if you feel like supporting the channel, and as always, until the next one, stay safe.